Alright, in this video we're going to talk about the best substrate for your goldfish. Coming up. Alright, so as you can see I have sand in my aquarium, but let's talk about some other substrates first. Now there's gravel. Gravel is a very common beginner substrate. A lot of people think that it's good because when you gravel vacuum, the gravel doesn't get sucked up. But in my opinion, I think gravel is the worst substrate, and that's because it collects a lot of food. A lot of poop. Anything that can sink down into the gravel pretty much does, and you'll find yourself every week just gravel vacuuming a ton of gunk out of that gravel, and that fouls your water, raises your nitrates, and that's why I just don't like it. So you're just not going to have as healthy of water. Even if it looks clear, it's not going to be as healthy because of all that nitrogen being produced in the gravel. Now there are some decent looking gravels, but I personally just don't like it. So that's why you're going to see my aquarium is probably always going to have sand in it. So let's talk about sand. Sand is my favorite substrate because I think it looks the best. My tank, I'm obviously going for a minimalist type look. So the black sand, the black background, I have no decorations in my tank. That's the look I like when it comes to goldfish. I think they look really good against it, and like I said, the minimalist is what I like. It also is more natural to the carp environment that goldfish come from, and it doesn't harm them. You'll see them sifting through it, eating it, getting it up in their gills, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't hurt them at all. In fact, if they do eat a little pebble here and there of sand, or granule I should say, it's not bad. It will help actually clear out their digestive tract. Another thing with the sand is you want to have a nice little thin layer of it, and the goldfish will constantly be picking at that, and they'll keep it pretty much clean. When I do my tank maintenance, I'll stick my hand in there and stir up all the sand, and that way I can get whatever gunk might be in it, but it really doesn't collect a whole lot because the goldfish are always turning it over. So you have basically the opposite problem with sand that you have with gravel if you have a nice little thin layer. So let's talk about a substrate you can't really have, and that is carpeting plants. So it's not really a substrate because the soil or the planted substrate that you would use is actually what the carpeting plants would go in. But if you want to have a nice planted aquarium with a nice carpet, goldfish just isn't going to work. So I'm bringing that up because you can have plants with goldfish, but a nice carpet that is never disturbed is probably not going to happen with goldfish. So if you want plants, do your research a little bit. You got to guard the roots from goldfish because they'll kind of dig stuff up. And you can put rocks around, you can buy fake rocks that protect plant roots, things like that. So it's not undoable, and it looks good. So I would recommend trying plants, but carpeting plants is going to be a no-go. The last substrate I'm going to talk about, and that's going to be no substrate, so like a bare bottom or tile aquarium. This may be boring, but this is, in my opinion, the healthiest substrate because it's going to be clean. You're going to be able to see all the poop and gunk right away, so you're not going to have to do some guesswork when it comes to cleaning gravel or sand or things like that. It might be boring, but goldfish are pretty interesting, and even with a minimalist setup like you see I have here, it's still a fun tank to watch. So the advantage would be if you're trying to grow out some smaller goldfish to get bigger faster. Having clean, perfect water all the time is what's going to help you with that the most. So consider a bare bottom tank if you're trying to grow out some goldfish. Anyways, guys, those are the substrates that I like or don't like, and I hope you guys like these kind of videos. If you have another substrate, comment down in the comments below and let me know, and maybe I'll talk about that in another video. And I will see you guys on the next one. Toodaloo.